Well, this is the hashtag The Morning Drift. How are you? I hope you are well. It is really cold out there and also really wet from what I have experienced this morning. How is it in your county? Is it raining in Migori County? Is it also raining in Kisumu, Wajir, Garissa, Turkana counties? Is it only raining in Nairobi? What is your experience like this morning on the roads? What I can see and what you can see now on your screen is this, Atma 3 route highlighting what is going on in the CBD. And of course, they say this beautiful wet Monday morning, be cautious on the roads. That is just a clip that you are seeing of how it looks like this morning. It is raining, a lot of, slippery roads this morning. And we just want to, of course, encourage you to be cautious on the roads. Of course, they're saying it is beautiful, yet a wet morning. All right, real quick, let's take a look at what you are saying on Ma3 routes. Tag us at Lookup TV, at Ma3 routes, and of course at Road Safety. Just let us know what it is like on the roads. Now, someone says it is still clear at the moment, and on a particular road, let's see, this traffic road on Thika, okay, Thika Superhighway doesn't look very super this morning. As you can see, the cars there are bumper to bumper, a lot of braking lights, courtesy of Atma 3 routes. That is Thika Road from Mudaiga is where it's bumper to bumper, so brace yourselves. Another very, very key alert here is that the roads are slippery and wet. So drive carefully, give way, obey traffic lights, and that I will give you later on. And of course, consider other persons using the roads. Ensure your car wipers are in good condition. I will reiterate that from a very specific Twitter account. And of course, let's see another thing that is happening on the roads. The roads are tricky this morning. Rain in parts of the country. Expect poor visibility. Mind the pedestrians too. Don't splash dirty water on us, please. This must be a pedestrian at Ken Aseka. Good morning, Ken Aseka. I have reminded them not to splash dirty water on you and other pedestrians. We'll talk to Mr. Otet about that one day. Mombasa Road is bad. That was, of course, 38 minutes ago. This is from a driver, and of course, as you can see, it was like on a standstill. So Mombasa Road was this bad 38 minutes ago. How is it now on Mombasa Road? Let's just go quick. The 39 minutes ago, just to bring to the attention of those in authority, there was an accident at Cabanas. And the course is of the tailback on Mombasa. Just let me show you what that accident looked like. I know it's a bit blurry, but there was an accident there at Cabanas. Is there traffic building up on that particular road? Let us know. But the situation was not very good. That's a personal car we're seeing. So there's an accident at Cabanas, and the course is, of course, there at Ma3 route. So just follow on that. Let's take a look at the latest traffic as we wrap up and get ready for the discussion on road safety tapes. We're told here, morning, be cautious as you enter Ruai bypass, mud and little bit of water on the road, especially on the service lane. All right, so when you're using Ruai bypass, there's a lot of mud and there's a little bit of water on the road. So if you're using the service lane, you want to be very vigilant on that road. Very quick, Thika Road again, jam starts from all soaps. So if you're in a hurry, try Kiambu, Limuru or Juja roads. If you're not in a hurry, put in a nice playlist and hope your fuel holds. At Tweets by Billy, thank you of course for that encouragement. You can just enjoy your playlist and hope that your fuel holds if you are using Thika Road. Again, the jam starts from all soaps. If you are in a hurry, try Kiambu, Limuru or Juja roads. That's a good alternative you're being given there. Let me just show you a picture of how the traffic looks like, or looked like 16 minutes on Thika Road, 16 minutes ago around Survey. If you can see that, and the landmark there is familiar. You can see that it's moving though slowly, because I can see the distance doesn't look so bad. Of course, Mr. Worotet is looking closely on how that distance is being given between the cars on those particular lanes. But as you can see, that is Thika Road, Hapo Survey, and doesn't look so bad according to me. However, yeah, it looks like a standstill, but that was just 16 minutes ago. Is it moving now if you're using Thika Road? Do we have good news for Thika Road? Still, someone reiterating Thika Road is thick now from NYS heading to town. So seemingly Thika Road today is thick. All right, so keep sending your feedback on at Lookup TV at Murthree Roads, and someone is asking, I'm asking as well, how is Mombasa Road up to Mulolongo? Let us know. Something unusual is happening this morning. Unusual traffic on Kipande Road towards Globe Roundabout. That's unusual traffic. What could be the cause of this unusual traffic this morning? Let us know so we can let the viewers know. I want to wrap up with the concern that has just come to our attention by the train users, and commuters are waiting for the Nairobi bound train from Ruiru in Aisogi and Madi stage at Mtindwa. Can anything be done about this stage? It's been a talk and talk and talk throughout, I think, this year. So they say we still insist that a proper train station be built for safety and comfort of passengers and crew. That is at Outer Ring Road, KE. So if the authorities are watching, this has been sang. And as I close now, courtesy of at Murthree Roads, Langata Road, I am seeing on Langata Road, I think I picked that, but we have lost it. But how is Langata Road? Allow me to come to that later on. Very quick, something has been, as I wrap up, something has been highlighted here. So we're just talking about the roads, and allow me to just look at other hashtags. But where are you watching us from? What is going on where you are? What is it that you want us to know? Is there road construction that is, of course, popping, and you're not comfortable with it? Let us know. But even as you look at Langata Road and what is going on in your various counties, I want to wrap up with this tweet as I usher in our Arrival Live discussion on road safety. And roads are slippery and wet this morning. That is road safety and safe driving practices at road_driving. Of course, we have the founder with us this morning. And hashtag the morning drift. This is something I will reiterate and remind you drivers. Drive carefully, give way, obey traffic lights, ensure your car wipers are in good condition, ensure your car lights are working well, avoid water puddles, and hydroplaning is in play. So of course that is on your screen. Take those tips very, very seriously, and we also want to appreciate that tweet courtesy of at Pro Consumer Safety. All right, thank you very much for that tweet and that update. So drivers, pedestrian, motorcycle riders, and today you're on the spot, please be vigilant and do your best to be responsible as a driver on the other side. Remember, we say be aware, stay aware, and arrive alive. I'm joining Owor Otet on set to discuss a few tips and also to make us really understand the common mistakes motorcycle riders do on the roads. This is hashtag the morning drift.
Immediately that does entail a certain judgment of people. Who can I share the holy things with? Who can I share the pearls of God's wisdom with? And I have to make some kind of a judgment, because I'm not to share them with the dogs or with the swine. Jesus is...
我们不一样，每一个人都有不同的境遇。我们在这里，在这里等你。我们不一样。
right, good morning. This is hashtag the morning drift, and we're just starting with the road safety tips. Like I mentioned earlier, what are you doing as a motorcycle rider on the roads? Why would we blame you for certain accidents and lost lives and injuries? We want to understand that, and I'll go straight into the discussion. Mr. Oworotet, on a very cold and chilly morning, wet, of course, you have still chosen to be in studio with us. Karibu.
They say road safety is a message of love. Only those who have true love
will share it with you, because true love has a lot of sacrifices. So if what we are going to say today is going to bring back two or one alive back home, then we have to give it our all. Good morning, viewers. So today we want to talk about a very vital part, and I want to start by asking our viewers this. Did you know that every hospital has a new ward? We call it Wing 7, specifically for motorcycle crashes in the country of Kenya. If you walk into Wing 7 or Ward 7, people share beds, up to 3 people in one bed, because they are congested. Every 12 minutes, a motorcycle rider goes down in Kenya alone. But when they go down, how many survive? Very few survive. The weekend has been crazy. One of the weekends I've hated actually is this past one, because I've had to travel all over just to try and handle these cases. And as I have been moving, motorcycle riders, I want to call them, we have two groups. We have the passionate. Omuyo Karaoke will kill me if I don't clarify this. The passionate. Over, if you're on social media, over the weekend, there has been a big wedding that we had big bikes, BMX, and amazing. Those are what we call them passionate riders. They don't ride for income issues. They ride they spend to ride. Then we have the economic riders. It is the fastest way to beat traffic. Not all roads are good in Kenya or Africa, so there are places we have to use the motorbikes. So these guys, they're doing it for economy purpose. By the way, let me make it clear, viewers. Motorcycle riding has really built the economy of this country.
All right.
Where they fuel, where they do their repairs, it has created employment for us who are unemployed. But then, there is a problem. It started in training, poor training. And this is a very common mistake, because when you see me on a motorcycle riding, it looks so easy. And then people believe you can jump on a bike, do a round in a football field. The first one you fumble, the second one you are not that steady, the third one you are going on well, and then after 4 or 5 rounds you are set. Put on your reflective jacket, carry Anki, she's late, beat traffic. So you fumble. You find that there is no proper training, and this is a common mistake with all our riders. And because of lack of that proper training, which is now becoming a common mistake, it is so normal to meet them on the wrong side of the road, and they will insist you are the one on the wrong.
I don't know how many Kenyans are watching and agreeing to that. So yes.
The menace we have seen with our economic riders, border riders, is just sickening. At times I am driving and then I have to stop. And they think I am stopping because I fear them. They don't think or see it like it is out of love. I am inside a cage. He is the body of the bike. He is part of that machine. Peter Kakedi will tell you, even Wamoyo Karaoke, I pray one day she makes it here. She will tell you the motorbike is a bullet from a sniper rifle. Because from sniping we say 1 kill, 1 shot. 1 shot, 1 kill, and that goes straight to the head. The motorcycle, most of its injuries are going to the head. And that is why Omuga keeps on telling me, helmet ni lazima. Helmet ni lazima. So from poor training, that has become a common mistake.
Yes.
It grew into another common mistake. It developed into another common mistake where now we do not obey traffic rules. They come on the wrong side, they are on the red light. I was talking to a motorcycle rider on Friday, just a neighbor, and I'm asking him, what do you know about the first basic rule in Kenya? He says, keep left. And then we were having a fun talk, and then he decided to say, but no, there is a problem, a mistake with our guys. You tell them keep left, unless when overtaking, they even want to keep left when overtaking you. Yani, they want to overtake on the left side, which is a common mistake. And you realize that most of these crashes, that when a vehicle is involved with a motorcycle rider, it is always on the left side of the vehicle. And I mentioned about the blind spot. So these people, when they are told keep left, they just want to be on the left side at the fullmost of it. Another common mistake is lane position.
All right.
I value motorcycle riders who ride at the center of the vehicle. This is a car, this is the driver's seat, and this is the passenger seat. There is the gear shift here, directly aligned to the gear shift. That is where the rider should be.
Okay.
So that in case anything comes from the left, they move slightly to the right without going into the other lane. If it comes from the right, they move more directly to the passenger side than being on the passenger side and then something comes out from nowhere. They never have an escape plan. So lane positioning is a vital, common mistake that people do. We are human beings.
Yes.
If I see you moving more to the left, you've not given me an indication. But in my mind, I know he's probably going off the road. So I would do something that will allow you go off the road. And most of the time you hear people saying, amenisukuma nje.
When you say I will do something, you mean the motorist in a vehicle?
Yes.
All right.
From a driver's
From a
perspective.
driver, okay.
You know, we are in a position where the driver has to figure out what the motorcycle rider wants to do. The motorcycle rider wants to behave as if they are pedestrians or cyclists. No. You have to have a driver's license, a rider's license. That motorbike is insured, same as the vehicle. That motorbike has indicators, just like the vehicle. So motorcycle riders and motorist drivers should be thinking on the same line. But it's now hard. It's hard because as a driver, you have to think. There are many people driving and they don't know how to ride motorcycles. So how will they think like a rider? I will think as a rider because I am a rider. I do an Indian Scout. And for these classy weddings. And I don't do it at Sasa, it's my main mode of transport.
Okay.
So you find that lane positioning is a serious thing. And then red lights.
Yes.
Motorcycle riders want to believe that they are superhuman beings. A red light means stop. Be you a pedestrian, be you a motorist, whoever you are, you have to stop.
Okay.
Then, overloading. Have you seen them?
Oh yes, we have. And when you say overloading, you mean even passengers? Because you see two at the back, maybe a child and an extra one at the, you know, because if you're watching this morning and you're following and you're already overloaded, this is what, I don't know if Ogogo Church is going to agree that this could be a sign of overloading. And sometimes they carry steel or a very big mattress. I don't know if this is still overloading or just, you know, innocently transportation.
Overloading, we want to start with passengers.
All right.
What does the law allow about pillion passenger? A pillion is a person who is carried as a passenger on a motorbike. So the right term to use is pillion. So how many pillion passengers are allowed on a motorcycle?
Yes.
One. Then the rider. And they should all be in safety gear. So if you carry more than one, already you're overloading. And this physically and in physics affects how you ride.
It does.
It does affect how you ride, how you do your corners, how you do your braking, how you do your acceleration and everything. Then it transitions into load. Nowadays, I don't know how to call it because somebody needs to come out. English people, please come out clearly and define. We have hearse, that these vehicles that transport dead bodies. How do we call the motorcycles that are carrying coffins?
Should they be carrying coffins?
No, that is overloading. You find somebody carries a big load that what they see on their side mirrors is the load they carry. And then how am I expected to communicate with you? Because the basic rule of mirrors in road safety is if you can't see me on my mirror, be assured I cannot see you. So I can't see him on his mirror. How is he even sure I am behind him? How is he even sure I am behind him? Yesterday I'm talking with a guy in church and he's called Shadrach and he tells me, ningevaa gloves, akisingeumia. So he's following, I don't know whether to use tailgating or not, because if he was using a safer distance, he would not have crashed on the brake light. So it means he was tailgating. And then the whole of this is gone. Actually, the little finger is hanging in a very funny way. And I'm laughing and I'm telling him, if you are on gloves, you would not be in this pain. But the good thing, I told him, you are feeling this pain alone. So these are grave, common mistakes. Drunk riding. This is how I put it.
Yes.
You are drunk in broad daylight, let's say noon. You are in a helmet. I don't take alcohol, but I've seen people who kunawaka moto and it's sunshine and they are drunk. It's too much for them. And then here is a rider who, on that natural environment, has an helmet. I don't know how they are boiling inside there. And still, they want to carry us. And I think we users, we are the problem.
You actually gave us a name when you board the motorcycle.
The pillion.
The pillion. So
We the pillion
pillions,
passengers, I think we are the greatest problem because we never assess.
Oh, yes.
You just flag one, naingia CBD.
Exactly.
Ngapi, all you want to know is how much. He tells you 300, you bargain. But as you are communicating, you hear a lot of alcohol smell. You jump on the bike. Rwanda is doing an amazing job. You don't drink and ride. The pillion must report you. And when you board that bike, when you jump on that bike, you must be in a reflective jacket and a helmet.
And a helmet. But let me challenge you on this helmet, you know, idea and the reflective jacket. I boarded, I was a pillion once, and I asked this person, will I have a helmet? And he said, if there's COVID-19, and I have passengers, maybe I had someone before you and the one before him, how many of you will share this helmet? And how many then would I carry on my bike? Because now there's the pandemic, we're talking about the gears. Is it healthy, is it hygienical to now share them, or what is the recommendation? Because really a lot of people might not even take it and say, Nani alitumia before me. You know, there's that concern now.
I want to answer by giving this example. An average driver will always find an excuse at a crash. An average driver will always find excuse at a crash. When we started saying there is COVID, everybody must have their masks. Who gives you? You buy your own or you are given?
You buy.
You buy your own. This is what Rwanda has done. When it made it mandatory that a pillion passenger has to have their helmet on, whether it's provided by the rider or not, people cited hygiene issues. And then what did the beautiful president say? Buy your own. Always carry it. Wamoyo Karaoke, I pray one day she comes here.
Okay.
She has a helmet behind the vehicle car seat. You see the way you have a baby car seat? For her, she has a helmet strapped, belted on the back seat, because she knows at one given point. I told you I have a helmet.
Yes.
Mine is in the car. I don't need your reflector. I always have mine. If our people are made to be aware that head injuries have you cannot rectify it. Once it happens, it happens. It must not be a cut. It must not be a cut.
Okay.
On the screen, I saw it was played when somebody is hit and then they fall under that car and that car crashes that helmet and the head remains. If our people will get to know the dangers that are involved, nobody will bargain. And you find that our leadership is failing.
All right.
Because they are giving us substandard helmets. There's one called Bakuli. It's a yellow one. Even if you hit it with a fist, it will crack. But that is what is being given right now. It's a political season, so they are giving out. It's almost 500 bob. Let me be very clear. If you're going to buy a helmet and it's less than 6,000, you are trading your life. It will never ever save you.
Okay.
Mine is 14,000. So somebody would ask, why would he buy a 14,000 helmet, yet he's always in a car? No,
And a helmet is a helmet.
And
Some
I
people
ride.
would say that, yes.
So lack of safety gear
All right.
has become a common mistake on our roads. So people will cite hygiene issues. The motorcycles have been here more than 10 years. COVID is only less than 1.5 years. So why do they want to find an issue now? If you don't want to put on a helmet, please do not board, do not ride on a motorcycle. Tumia gari. And then make sure you put on your seatbelt. So you find that there is another mistake that is becoming. I said lane positioning earlier,
Yeah.
but now I want to say lane splitting.
Lane splitting.
Yeah, it's a common mistake. Probably you're in traffic, it's a one-way road, or you are on your go road and there's traffic. These motorcycle riders who try to squeeze in between cars, knocking other people's side mirrors, it's a danger. Because in as much as you are on my right-hand side, I see you, the other vehicle, you are on their left, they don't see you. For me, I will see you because you're on my right. But then the next vehicle, because it's a one-way, we are going this way.
Yes.
They will not see you because you're on the blind spot. It's that dangerous. And that is why you hear someone has just swapped and they are on you. There's nothing you're going to do about it. Reckless riding is the norm.
Is the norm.
Yes, and it's a common mistake.
Yes.
The beautiful part of it is that it makes you see the reality because it allows you to see hospitals. It allows you to have the beauty of experiencing the pain of a broken bone. It allows you to have the reality of what Enki and Oteta now discussing. You know, for many people, it's always a talk until it knocks. So when it knocks, you get the beauty of knowing what it really means to be on an hospital bed, sharing it, the three of you, and you have metals. You should one day walk in an hospital where people have broken bones.
You said wing 7.
Wing number 7, ward number 7 or wing number 7. You hear grown-up men groaning in pain like young babies. If you're emotional, it's not a good place to be.
All right.
So reckless riding is all over with overloading. Now imagine, one, the rider is underqualified. Eh?
Yes.
He's not even competent because he just went through a football pitch for 5 rounds. Eh? They don't know how to approach a bend. So they are underqualified. They want to overspeed. First, they are underqualified. 2, they want to speed. 3, they are riding on the wrong side of the road. Look at what is on the screen. The rider is going and slipping on a motorcycle until he goes into a ditch. Chop! So that is your trusted rider, most trusted rider. So he's underqualified.
Yes.
He's overspeeding, riding recklessly. He is drunk.
He is.
He does not even know how to use the indicators. That is now 5. Then they don't know when is the right time to change lanes. They also are doing lane splitting. All this combined, and the pillion passenger is an expectant woman.
And the overloading as well.
Yeah, the pillion passenger is an expectant woman with a big load because they have to move, and that is the cheapest mode of transport. Where are we taking this nation?
And I want to ask one last question because
Beautiful.
we are, of course, almost wrapping up. Time is not on our side. And a lot of parents now, you know, with COVID-19, the economic times, and you want to rush to work. So you have this trusted motor rider who takes your child to school. They're probably early childhood, you know, education age group. Is it safe? And how do we ensure that if this is the only option they have, that ultimately it's still safe for these children to arrive alive?
If you really love your children, you will go an extra mile to assess. If my car broke down here and I have to go to Embakasi, I'll call Peter Kakedi from wherever place he is. I will be very patient, even if he arrives in 3 hours. Because one, he's coming on with my helmet.
All right.
I have one in the car, but he has one for me, a quality standard. He's coming with extra shoulder, elbow, and knee guards for me.
All right.
Then I have trained him. Besides his normal training, I have advanced his training. So he's the only trusted rider for Oworo Tet and a few people who I refer him to. How long did it take me to invest in his training? Only 4 months. Because I looked at it this way. There are places I'll never go with the car, but he will always be the one to take me.
Okay.
So most of us, because we see a rider just close to where we stay, we want to trust them by sight. One day have a talk with them, invite them for tea.
Okay.
Have a talk with them. Talk with them about their training. You know, most people don't know that and they don't care. So they would even ask a rider, what is your throttle point? What is your clutch point? These are things I just ask once, and if you hesitate in answering, I know where to classify you. So people need to read. These things are all over the YouTube channels we have given them. These are things we have talked about over and over and over again, but people never take them seriously until it knocks. But you see, you have opened a beautiful door, and we are going to repeat them. There is no harm in repeating them day and day and day until our viewers catch it, and then we save lives.
I know, ultimately, I just want to, for the sake of that single mother watching back at home and they're thinking, Mr. Oworo Tet, you did not give me your final words. I just have to assess them, but is my child safe with a motorcycle rider on the road?
Your
Because we're
child
about to close.
will be safe with a qualified, trained, and certified rider.
All right.
On road safety. On security issues, this is now personal integrity and how much you trust in them.
All right.
How long have you known people? We have friends who have betrayed us 30 years later. So when it is on security, that is now way beyond me. But on safety, qualified, certified, trained rider. Just tell them, like people do interviews, can I see your documents? Because I'm trusting you with my child on a daily basis. Can I see your documents?
Hopefully they will give you the documents and not turn wild or arrogant. We don't know for sure, but we're just giving you tips on how to make sure you're aware. Let us also know what the experience is like after we talk about this. If you actually put these things in place, let us know if it works for you. I'm sure Mr. Worotet and I would love to know. We tried it. They actually gave me the documents. They're actually certified. So that way we even get the data of how many certified riders are on the road. Well, I'll read one tweet. At Lookup TV, Edwin Keegan at Keegan97 says, Elgeyo Marakwet, damn cold. Good weather for athletes, but sisi wengine, wow. Thank you for watching, Edwin, and of course for all those who tweeted. Remember, this is courtesy of at Road Safety and Safe Driving Practices on Twitter at road_driving. That is Mr. Worotet for you. Sir, you just want to, of course, I don't know, you want to close this for us. It's very cold. So one last word for the wet